Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Self-Care Tarot, and today we are looking at why did things change? So looking at getting new perspectives on an old situation that maybe you're still thinking about. I have 3 piles here for us today. Each is going to be represented by the Tower card from the deck that I'm going to be using. So you can choose your pile based on that. So first off, we have with the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, pile number 1. Then with pile number 2, we're going to be using the Lightseers Tarot deck. With pile number 3, we're going to be using the Tarot of Haunted House. So if you guys need a moment to pause the video and decide which pile, either which art style you identify with most, which pile is calling you in the most, feel free to pause the video here. Timestamps for each pile are going to be down in the description as well as in the pinned contents below. So I will let you guys get settled, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hey there, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be the reading for if you chose this representation of the Tower. So the deck for this guy at the back looks like this. And this is the, I believe, the borderless Rider-Waite Tarot. I really liked the borderlessness of this one, so I went with it. So we're going to be looking at perhaps an old situation, perhaps a current situation, and just looking at why things changed, because I feel like a lot of times we're in a situation that starts out really, really good, and then all of a sudden you look up and one day it's like something happened along the way, and either you saw it happening and turned a blind eye, or you missed it, or you saw it happening all along and you were like, well, there's really nothing I can do to, like, seasons change, things change. But sometimes when things change, especially in a negative way, I think it's always interesting to go back and look at different perspectives that we can have on that situation. So as you can see, I have a load of cards here, pretty much every oracle deck except for my butterfly deck. I decided to do more than one card for it, even though I'm only doing 5 decks. So we're gonna flip all of those over and then take a look at the tarot and see what other insights we can come up with for your situation. So first, let's start off with, I've got some key players up here. So let's take a look at these. I have the crow. I have the wolf. I have the dragonfly. Okay. So those are going to be like parties involved, whether like individuals or groups. I felt like I needed to draw 3 for y'all's pile. I think the other piles each have different numbers in them. This pile, you guys got 3. Those are your 3. Then we have the card Holler. Communication, honesty, courage, sharing, revelation, surprise news, text, phone call. Okay. We have the card Too Big for Your Britches. Oh yeah, that can make a situation change really quick. Arrogance, vanity, self-importance, being high and mighty, modesty needed. And these 2 cards we have, what role is mothering energy playing in my life? The card Nurture. As well as what reminds me I'm free, liberate. Okay. Then our butterfly card, we have memories. I am running out of space to put these things. Let me tuck you over here, actually. Okay. We will... Yes. Okay. Actually, I'm going to put that right there. So we have the card Memories. And we have 2 emotions cards as well. So we have Overloaded. I only take what I can handle, as well as Pressured. I remove all emotional blocks. So lots going on here. Yeah, so this is definitely a situation. Biggest thing that I can see coming out here, we have too big for your britches. We have like nurturing, like mothering energy, which if things change in a negative way, there's definitely such a thing as like over mothering or mothering in an appropriate way, like mothering someone who is not in your care necessarily, or who should not be in your care. Which can be like a weird place to be. I tend to be the mom friend in some of my friend groups, and it can definitely put you in an awkward position. Um, so there's that. Here with Holler, maybe some communication issues, overloaded, definitely like a kind of a burnout or overtaxed situation, and then pressured as well. So pressured here is playing in with the mothering energy. Liberate with overloaded. I feel like with memories, this is a past situation that you're free of now with liberated, and the reason that it's a past situation that you put it behind you is because you felt overloaded, and so that is why you decided to go. Maybe specifically because of somebody who was a little bit too big for their britches, or like a group that was too big for their britches. So, and maybe like while you were in the situation, there was some interesting like some negative communication happening, where you felt pressured to take on a role that you didn't think was appropriate for the situation. So I really feel like you, with what's going on up here, I really feel like you would have been the wolf in this situation. I don't know why this guy just like in between these two cards kind of looks like a deer in the headlights. So wolves are very much pack oriented, and if you're a person who's looking for your pack and you're surrounded by crows and dragonflies, it's not going to go as well for you. So I don't feel like these were your people in this situation. Yeah, I mean, this wolf, just tell me you guys don't see it. Like, comment down below if you, he just looks so confused. Like, I can feel, and I don't usually get that from the wolf, but now I can't unsee it. He just looks so confused. And so I feel like, yeah, this situation might have just messed with your head a little bit. And I feel like the wolf too, like, has pretty innocent, like, intentions. Like, I know in folklore and stories, a lot of times the wolf can be kind of this like snarling monster, sort of a character, but like my take on the wolf, like I have part of like my idea of wolves in general, part of it is dedicated to like folklore and stuff like that, and then part of it is dedicated to like this kind of picture of like these really rough and tumble, but at their heart like pack animals, very loyal to their family, very smart, like they hunt together, and can coordinate some pretty amazing things, and like just if you look at like the structure within packs, there's a very distinct structure, and even just the way that they like move. I've seen a picture so many times. It's like a diagram of like where like each member of the pack is when they're like traveling together as a group, and it's like it's all strategic, which is such an interesting, like there's a pace setter, and then there's like the core of the group, like in a different spot, and you know, like all of that stuff. So if you're a wolf and you need a certain type of group around you, this group was definitely something very confusing to you. I feel like there was like a party here that was ambivalent, with the dragonfly, that was just kind of going on about their business. They didn't really help or hinder the situation, but I really think that you were in the hot seat for some of this here with the crow. Like where it is in the spread, the focus is just so strongly on the wolf, and almost like imperious, like kind of overlording over like your sweet little wolf here, who's just like trying to focus and do their own thing. And so this crow, I feel like, is this too big for their britches person, who you needed to get free from, that you were kind of overloaded by. So yeah, whoever the crow was, or whatever the crow was, or like, I feel like they definitely kind of fixated on you, and let some of these like dragonfly people pass them by, or this dragonfly person, if it was like a situation with individuals in it. So yeah, and you can, what I also think is really interesting, the dragonfly is flying in another direction than the direction that you're facing. And even though like they're inside of the crow, you're between them, like you're blocking the crow's line of view. It's like I said, it's like they fixated on you for whatever they needed, and pressured you to put you in a really weird role. So maybe there was some inappropriate communications here as well, like things that you did not want, unsolicited text messages or comments, whatever the case may be. So yeah, interesting stuff. Let me pull some tarot cards for you guys and see what we have come up. So yeah, honestly, that paints a pretty full picture. I'm wondering if there's anything else. I guess we could ask specifically like why things changed, because that's, you know, the title and focus of the video. So we've just like looked at the situation here. So let's get a card or a couple of cards that talk about how it was before. Yeah, so how it was before, the Five of Swords in reverse. You didn't feel like you had to be on your guard. You didn't have to be constantly like looking over your shoulder. You were just kind of like not even thinking about any of that stuff at all. But now when you look back, all of this kind of taints your view of what came before it. Then with the King of Cups here, yeah, I think that maybe like the person who used to be in place of the crow, or the crow initially came off as someone who was like really noble and balanced, and that you like trusted in this person, or like, I want to see if this like was the crow, or if it was somebody else that the crow then came in and replaced, or kind of like blocked the view of, if that makes sense. How is the King of Cups related to the crow? This is the card I want. How is the King of Cups related to the crow? The Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I feel like that you thought the crow was this, and then you realized over time, like, oh, okay, they don't have that to offer me, that they're actually a very different person than what I had anticipated. So yeah, so things started off pretty chill, and then what changed like in this situation to get things to be overloaded? Do you ever like get a point when you're shuffling the deck and then like halfway through you're like, that's the card I want? What changed? It looks like your team changed. The people around you changed, the other people in this situation. So maybe like if this was a work situation, like people, if there was like turnover or anything, people like with more seniority than you started leaving, you started like going up in seniority, and you became more of a focus there, which I think is really, really interesting. So that might be the case. It might be like a change of friend group. Let me see if anything else comes up. I actually, the Sun in reverse. So things turned bad is the most blunt way that I can put that. Yeah, so maybe somebody here, somebody else who came into this situation, maybe the dragonfly came in, but I don't know if that's what that is. It might be for some of you, but I feel like for the most of you that might not be the case. But maybe more negative influences started coming in. Yeah, maybe more negative influences started coming in. And so, and here we have the Lovers. We've also got the Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, so this might have had something to do with like a relationship as well. Like somebody might have wanted a relationship, or a couple might have paired off in this group of people. Somewhere somebody might have wanted to pair off, somebody might have been pursuing you. If the Crow was pursuing you, which I did get kind of some of those vibes with like pressured and like this like mothering energy and communication, too big for your britches, like I could totally see that being the case for some of you. Or like the Crow was just ready to like again make you their go-to when they were so focused on you, even like not in a romantic way. Like they saw you as this, and you saw them as someone duplicitous who was coming in and offering something in kind of a smarmy way. So yeah, so that could fit like really any scenario where you've got like a party that thinks things are going really well. Like that could fit a friendship, that could fit like I would say like a new family connection, or like something. I don't really see that. It feels like this was a fresh situation that they applied this label to after things started progressing. And then you realize like, oh, they are not this King of Cups. They're this Knight of Cups in reverse. They're this Crow. They're this, all of these nice happy cards in reverse. Which doesn't always mean a bad thing, but I feel like that's, it makes sense for what is going on here that we can see. So yeah, so that's kind of, so they were seeing you as somebody like their go-to person. They were kind of fixated on you. Whoa. Pardon me. Oh, your card fell on the floor. And look at what it was. It was the Two of Cups in reverse. So again, a head nod to someone making an advance. Maybe you even tried like tried going out with this person, or something, or like considered it for a little bit, and it just was not it was not your vibe. Which I can't blame you. This Crow person doesn't sound super great, but of course that's coming from me, who has already read these other cards, you know? So don't like, yeah. So yeah, so you might have like tried to form a bridge there, or like accepted their like if you look at this like as a story, this person came in, oh, you can't see that with the light. Person came in, and it looks like that you might have like shared in that offer for a little while. But again, that could be something that isn't related to romance. So it's really going to depend for everyone. Yeah, so might have entertained the idea for a while, might have accepted the offer, and then the Empress. I'm gonna need a clarifier on that one. I mean, just from that, and then you came into your own power, realized like you were this, or maybe they made you this and you didn't feel like that was where you wanted to be, with the Six of Six of Wands in reverse. Maybe you started realizing like, okay, yeah, this was not, I was seeing this correctly like later on and I didn't listen to it. And started with the Empress, maybe started paying more attention to your own intuition. Yeah, especially if things were like kind of weirding you out. I could see that very much here happening. So what changed here? The answer, I think, to your question of why did things change, the thing that looks like changed the most was your perception of this person. I mean, they went from King of Cups, and you realize, like, over time as things came in, you may have gotten closer with this person, and just as things went on, they started to show their true character, their true colors, and that they really were just like overloading you with whatever it was that they were after, and you felt really pressured by that. So it looks like that with Liberate, what reminds me I'm free, and Memories, that you guys have left the situation, which if you are feeling like this is a situation that you're in now, you can make memories out of this, and you can like free yourself from this situation if that is what you wish to do, because it doesn't sound like this this crow is being a very positive influence on your life. So yeah, so definitely consider that if this is not something that's already in the past. But if it is already in the past, I think that you guys can let it go, knowing that sometimes people, like, in a new situation, they can come off as this way because that's what they first appear as, and we can't blame ourselves for not knowing that from the start because we didn't know them from the start. You know, we have to sometimes go through like more steps than we'd like to get to that point. And yeah, so I hope that is helpful, that is healing to you, to know like you don't have to hold yourself accountable for not like knowing everything before anything happened. And I hope that now that you've been able to fly away, much as the dragonfly would recommend that you do, and find a better situation for yourself. So that is my sincerest hope. Yeah, pile one, that is what I am seeing for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the reading, definitely give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you thought. If you want to share your situation, we would love to hear it down in the comments below. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do weekly tarot readings here on YouTube, and would be delighted to see you back here again. So thank you so much again, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hey there, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be the reading for if you chose this representation of the Tower. So this one came from my Light Seers Tarot deck, so we will be using that here in a minute. But first, I have a bunch of oracle cards that are just kind of going to orient us today. So I've got those guys there, and we are looking at why things changed. So this can be a past situation, a present situation, but really just kind of looking at the change that I was telling pile 1. Sometimes we can go through like a situation and start off like in a really positive place, and then by the end of our time in that situation, whether it's a relationship or a group that we're with or a workplace or really anything, like figuring out like where things went wrong can be tricky. And I wanted to see if we could get some different perspectives on changes that we weren't as satisfied with from our past or even our present. So let's go ahead and take a look. So up here, we are starting with parties, either individuals or groups that contributed to the situation. So first we have the hummingbird, then we have the octopus, we have the bat, love the bat, we have the moth. Okay, wow, all right, interesting, only one non-flying animal represented here. So then we have a little something I threw together. Number 8, accomplishment, triumph, self-esteem, confidence, talent, accolades, and fame. We have when life gives you lemons. Oh, look at that sour face. Number 1, make lemonade, optimism, perseverance, opportunity, creativity, genius. Absolutely. Then we have the card, how am I the light in the darkness? Look, another Luna moth. Look at that. Wow. That is kind of crazy, you guys. Okay. Was not expecting that. But the word for this card is radiate. We have the moon. Amazing. Then, let's see, I have 2 emotions cards and a butterfly card. So we have realizations and epiphanies here. Then we have forgiving, I leave the past behind and move forward, as well as fascinated, I thoroughly explore my interests. Okay, so I feel like with this, I feel like this might be more of a situation around a hobby or a group that you were in for fun, or maybe a class that you were taking for fun, rather than like something professional or something like that. Not to say that you can't be a professional at something that other people consider a hobby. But it would be, this is either like something that you do for fun or like a creative, like if it is something professional, like something in a creative field. Yeah, so we've got up here, like I was saying, people represented. I love that the moth popped up twice. That's really, really crazy. I bet if I looked at the guidebook for this one, it would be the Luna moth. I mean, look at even the antenna and the spots on the wings are the same, and the color of the card too, the green and the green. Yeah, so with a little something I threw together, fascinated, I thoroughly explore my interests. We have radiate, light in darkness, forgiving, realizations and epiphanies, when life gives you lemons, again with the creativity. So here I feel like this was a pretty diverse group of people. You may have had like one person in this that stood out. You can be any of these individuals. I feel like you might be the Luna moth, since it popped up twice and it's asking you the question, how am I the light in darkness? But if you identify with any of the others here, absolutely, you're not tied into any one of these. So with the hummingbird, I feel like that's somebody with a lot of energy, a lot of quick thought. The octopus, somebody who's going to be a little bit quieter, lay a little bit lower. Maybe, like, if we're talking about something creative, maybe more of a novice in whatever field or whatever you were working on, just because it looks like the rest of these like characters that are like, not like characters, but the rest of these individuals here, or I guess I'll call them characters for now, just because they could be, like I said, individuals or groups of individuals, but for your case, I do feel like these are probably individuals. But anyway, since the other individuals in this situation have already kind of gotten their wings, not to take it too literally, but that's kind of what's screamed out to me there. I feel like the octopus might be somebody who had different talents that maybe the group didn't like see as often, but when they did, it was like, oh wow, like this person can camouflage themselves and none of the rest of us can do that. Or this person can live underwater and none of the rest of us can do that. Things like that. But octopuses, very intelligent, very quiet, shy, wallflower type people. We have the bat. I feel like pretty very warm compared to the rest of these like, kind of warm and fuzzy, I guess. Bats, warm and fuzzy. Let's see. Nocturnal, so maybe like one of those, like, this could even be somebody who like dresses in dark clothing or identifies as being more of a goth aesthetic, but at their heart is just a sweetheart. And then we have the moth here, the Luna moth. So Luna moths, I don't know if you've ever seen them in person. I was lucky enough to see one in person one time when I was out on a camping trip, and it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, they're huge, and just the most beautiful color, and they're like just so cool. It was awesome seeing one. So in that way, I think that they're like, as moths, maybe like a bit misunderstood when compared to other like vertebrates that we can relate more to, even just on like a physical level, I guess, because we're like, look, they have, like eyes like us and ears like us, and Luna moths are gonna be kind of doing their own thing, but with the wings here, the Luna moth is definitely holding their own, even though they might not fit into the mold, but they definitely have other people in the situation that don't fit into the mold. But like, just looking at the breakdown here, I feel like the moth may have been closer to the bat. The bat and the octopus may have been closer. The octopus may have been closer with these individuals, and so on and so forth. But that might not necessarily be the case. So that's kind of the breakdown that I'm getting here. Kind of a group of creative people going on, and looking to accomplish certain things, and here running into difficulties with realizations and epiphanies and forgiving. I leave the past behind and move forward. I feel like there might have been some misunderstandings within this group, some things that weren't clear at the time, that are like, you're kind of coming into the light, like with your realizations of the situation now. So I felt this for pile 1 as well, but I do feel like this is a past situation for you guys, that you're like trying to figure out like exactly where things went wrong now. And so it looks like here, you in this group, you may have been one of the more like lighthearted people within this group. With the Luna moth, if you were the Luna moth, if you were pretty close to the bat, like I said, a sweetheart, but perhaps a dark aesthetic. And the Luna moth in this situation was really like trying to be a light in the darkness. So maybe, I mean, creative endeavors can have the potential to go to a dark place if you're approaching it from what I believe is not the healthiest perspective, right? So there's this like kind of cultural idea or image of like the tortured creator, and you don't have to suffer to create beautiful things. It's just not true. Those things are within you, whether you are actively like feeling pain or not, if that makes sense. And so don't put yourself through through anything to try to get creative juice out of you. So if that was the situation that this group was playing into, there may have been a need for some light here. And it looks like you had started out here just like fascinated and ready to explore your interests, but then ran into some sticky stuff. So let's take a look at our tarot and see if we can kind of figure out what exactly happened here. I'm interested to know. So yeah, we're gonna look and see what happened here. So we have the Chariot in reverse, things slowing down. We have the Ten of Cups upright, and we have Justice in reverse. Okay, so let me scoot these up so you can hopefully see them a little bit better. Ooh, I'm sorry, Mr. Bat. Okay. Okay. So with the Chariot in reverse, I feel like that's, like I said, things slowing down. Ten of Cups may have been kind of an idyllic situation. Like you're looking and you're seeing the ideals, especially like if you were doing something creative at the time, like how great this is going to be when it's a success, when I sell this number of copies or paintings, or we sell out a show, or oh, that would be interesting if this was like a band. Yeah, so kind of like this dream here was still alive for you and maybe for other people in this situation, and you may have had like slow progress towards it as you were moving, but then something happened here with Justice in reverse that wasn't addressed, that I feel like is what this forgiving and these realizations and epiphanies is talking about. So this is, I'm guessing, where the part where the Tower comes in. So we're going to figure out what that is. Ooh, okay. So these popped out. Let's see. So we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. We have Death, Rebirth, as well as the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. So Nine of Swords in reverse can be like potentially unaddressed mental health issues, potentially something like traumatic could have happened here, and I don't want to overstep any boundaries by talking about it. But if you're like, yeah, that's the case for me, then that you know what I'm talking about there. But yeah, so something definitely, this was an event that things changed, and whether this Queen of Cups in reverse is talking about the group overall or just your emotions on what happened overall, I think that it definitely soured, and that's funny, right next to, like I said, the sour face, definitely soured your opinion on the group, or your enjoyment of the group as well. And so let's look at why things changed, because there was the cause here, something that needs forgiveness. Hopefully at this point, you guys know the cards aren't getting more specific for me right here, other than definitely caused some like lasting negative effects, big change, big, even like just like big change in a worldview, even if it was just your view of the situation, like a full overhaul of how you saw it. But it could have been even more impactful on your life than that. And then negative things, like not negative things, but negatively impacted your opinion of the situation, and went relatively unanswered for here with Justice in reverse. So why did things change? We have here the Knight of Wands in reverse. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Why things needed to change. I think here with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse that you or others in the group might have been putting too much stock into whatever this is. Almost like, maybe not literally, but like gambling on whatever this was. And then Knight of Wands in reverse. Like kind of this realizing that something in the situation needed to mature, needed to kind of grow away from the idyllic life and to gain more peace. I just held the deck this way in my hand as I was talking and saw the Queen of Pentacles there. So yeah, definitely realizing that you needed more balance in this situation too. More stability, kind of stepping away from like this here. And it's funny because what were we talking about when I was like, oh yeah, a band? This card here always reminds me of like the rock star life, the Knight of Wands, like living, like doing your thing, living to party, like being carefree and not like looking much past like even the next couple hours, because you're so like just in your jam with where you are. So the rock star card, newly dubbed. And then here with the Page of Wands, like recognizing that that which initially fascinated you with this is still there, that just this position that you were taking on it just needed to mature a little bit. And so that ultimately was why things needed to change for you. So yeah, let's get a couple more cards just to kind of a couple of cards for closure here. So first off, we have the Hermit in reverse. You're not alone in this situation. Whatever you are thinking, you have people around you, even if you feel like you're in a negative space about this situation still. You have people who can help you to forgive and leave the past behind and move forward. And that's like, I think that you guys, like, if you haven't already been having a lot of realizations and epiphanies on this situation, I think you're going to very soon. But surrounding yourself with people who are positive influences, who truly care about you and want what's best for you, is, I think, going to be some of the best things to help you heal. And then the Lovers in reverse we also have. And so with that one, yeah, if there was any sort of like, let me get actually one more card here. The Empress in reverse. yeah, if either of those, I have thoughts on this one, but I won't go too much into depth there. But the Lovers in reverse, like whatever you thought this was going to be, like for some of you this might have been a romantic connection within this group that really changed, or that there was a romantic connection in this group that really changed and was part of this kind of drama story that went down, and realizing that love doesn't look like that. Love doesn't look like that, and you're in a different spot, and you know that now, and you know that like that person that the group was potentially like asking you or somebody else to be, that's not who you are anymore, and that's not a healthy person or place to be in your life. So yeah, that, wow, just right at the end there got super deep. And right after this like amazing hermit, like you're not alone message popped up. Wow, okay. So definitely an interesting and extra spicy way to end the reading. Sometimes the cards, they just like floor me. I'm like, did you think that this was appropriate right now? Are you sure? But anyway, yeah, pile two, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading and that it was helpful for you to get kind of a different perspective on the situation, or even just to hear about it in a different way. I truly hope that this will, like, that you are moving on past this situation and getting to be that light in the darkness for like a situation that's positive for you to be in, and that you continue to be able to explore the interests that you have, because it's showing up here as something that's very powerful and very meaningful to you. So definitely you can separate that from this whole situation up here without feeling any guilt, and really, like this card says, leaving the past behind and moving forward. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to hit the like button and comment down below what you thought. If you'd like to share your story at all, we'd love to see it, and be here to support each other, I think. And so yeah, that'd be great. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I post new readings every week here on YouTube, and I would love to see you back here again. So yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good week, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hey there, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be the reading for if you chose this representation of the Tower, which is my Tarot of Haunted House deck. So we're going to take a look at those tarot cards here in a minute, but first I have bunches and bunches of oracle cards for us. So let me spread those out here real quick. So what we're looking at today is why did things change? So we're looking at getting a new perspective on either a past or present situation. I've seen, like, within my own life, a lot of different times we can start off in a situation and it's going really well and you're feeling really good, and pretty much everything around you like feels like it's all like in sync, in harmony, and then all of a sudden like you look up and it's like either something happened and everything changed, or just gradually over time you look up and it's just not a good situation anymore, and you're like, what happened? So today we are going to look at a situation of yours that we can hopefully get an idea of why things changed, or even how things changed. So first I have these cards up here that are going to represent either individuals or groups within this situation. So first we have the Turtle, then we have the Cosmic Egg, okay, And lastly, we have the golden egg. Okay, so we have a turtle and 2 eggs. Excellent. Then we have how's your momentum? Number 3, your people reach out, strong roots, connection, presence, reunion, foundation. We have the card bump on a log. Number 40, lazying around, loafing, inertia, false start, non-response, disinterest. I've had mornings like that, absolutely. Then we have the card clear. What kind of release would protect clarity in my space? I love that that is represented by the skunk. Skunks do know how to clear a space, boy howdy. Then we have the card blow. How can I deepen trust that my intuition knows the way? The wind. Okay, and then I have a life changes card as well as 2 emotions cards. So we're just getting a picture right now of what's going on. So we have the card motivation, and our 2 emotions that we have here, we have excluded, I need to belong, as well as creative, I write my own story. Oh, I love that. And this is a really pretty card too. Okay, so first off, let's address the eggs. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I read the guidebook and learned the difference between all the different eggs. And at this point, it's gone. It's not in there anymore. But what I can say, we're just going to go strictly based off of my intuition and me just, going off. So first off, you have the turtle, which lays eggs with 2 different eggs. So I feel like the eggs in this situation could represent the turtle could represent a teacher or a mentor or a parental figure, somebody who is helping to develop the eggs in this situation. And so both eggs, of course, are special. We have the cosmic egg and the golden egg. The golden egg, I feel like, appears in fairy tales a lot too. I believe there's a story, oh my goodness, I know there's a story somewhere about either a goose or a duck that lays a golden egg. And I always, I just picture this golden egg, like an actual egg that looks like it's made of gold or been spray painted gold, is kind of what I pictured. So it's been a while since I've read that one either or heard that one told to me. Yeah, and then the cosmic egg. So I think the difference between these eggs that we're looking at is one is more potentially more grounded in stability, wealth, material things that can be seen, and the cosmic egg might be one for looking outward to the cosmos, or looking at spirituality, looking at things that we can't see or touch physically, but big ideas. So if I had to assign a profession to these, I would say astrophysicist, or even a tarot reader. And then to this one, I would say an engineer or somebody who works in finance, like an accountant or stockbroker or something like that. So hopefully that helps you guys. And then the turtle, I feel would be a pretty good mentor for either of these eggs in this situation. Somebody very slow and steady, somebody patient, somebody who has a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom to pass on. And so yeah, but an interesting dynamic here between the 2 eggs. And I feel like the turtle isn't going to be biased between them, but may relate to the golden egg more, but have to keep a closer eye on the cosmic egg, if that makes sense. So possibly a family situation, possibly again, a teacher-student relationship, mentorship relationship sort of a thing. So yeah. Then what else do we have going on here? Yeah, so I think we have excluded, so maybe one or both of the eggs feels excluded from something. I feel like the turtle wouldn't really get bothered by being excluded by the eggs, but yeah. And then motivation, I feel like in this situation, you were very motivated to get somewhere, to do something, and you may have felt excluded in a way, but you may have also felt like that space was good, that you did actually work better on your own, if that makes sense. So yeah. I just realized this isn't like an abbreviation for momentum. It's an abbreviation for mom and them. So my apologies. I am a Southerner, and I got this Southern Oracle deck that I've had on my channel before and talked about profusely before. But some of these sayings, like I've heard bump on a log a lot. Some of them I have not heard as much, so my apologies for any confusion there. So yeah, this one is talking about like your family. So again, big family ties. I'm glad I saw that, because yeah, this very much could be talking about, like, at the very least, your roots. So when you were still like growing or developing, either like in your like childhood or like in the beginning stages of your career, where you were going. So you definitely felt like you needed your space to like fully get to where you were at your best. But then being excluded also like tired you out. And that you, with the wind, you might have just felt like you were going in the wrong direction, or being blown away in some instances. So yeah, interesting stuff. We're gonna look at our tarot now and see what else we have going on here. So let me move these guys up, and we will see why this situation changed. So it looks like, to start, this might have been like a pretty positive situation. You had somebody else appear on your level, and then a good positive mentor. You felt motivated. You were kind of realizing, like, recognizing that these were your roots, realizing that this was kind of how you worked best. So here we have the Three of Wands, and then we have the Two of Wands as well. And lastly, for this little draw that I'm doing, we have the Queen of Wands. So lots of wand energy here. Yeah, definitely something that you were passionate about. So again, playing into that teacher, like, mentorship kind of role there. You were ready to get going with this, and then kind of had to step back and weigh things in the balance for some reason, and maybe you felt like some of your confidence, some of your power had been taken away from you. Let's see if we can see, kind of like, not to put too fine a point on it, but how come? Like, what changed here? How come? Okay. So I'm going to get this card here. Okay, we have the Hierophant in reverse, as well as Justice in reverse. And then we have that is the Page of Cups upright. Okay. So why things changed, maybe some of the instruction here, maybe some of the instructions started to feel a little bit preachy, or maybe like the mentor figure here did start to favor one over the other. I can definitely see that with Justice here, that the scales were out of balance. There was potentially some, like, one person favored over the other here, and that left you feeling rather tender with the Page of Cups. And I think that you were in a place where you really needed to be supported rather than feel these other feelings, and feel this kind of uncertainty here with the Two of Wands, and losing your confidence with the Queen of Wands in reverse too. So what caused this? I want to know. We have the Two of Pentacles. I think that the Turtle felt like they were treating you equally. The Knight of Cups. Let me get one more. The King of Wands in reverse. I think that the Turtle really thought that they were treating you equally, but I think that they saw one of you as being more like somebody that, like I said, that they could relate to, or like kind of shape more into their image here. Is what I'm getting with this Knight of Cups being so, like, ethereal and otherworldly looking, kind of, and like this person of peace, this angel almost. And I think that is when they turned into somebody that they might not have wanted to turn into. But I wouldn't, like, I don't know, I think that their perception, like I said, was that they were treating you evenly, or at least trying to treat you evenly, but without realizing it, they turned into somebody who was, like, tipping the scales one way or the other. And with this King of Wands, I don't know if they ever really admitted that to themselves, which is this might sound harsh, but I'm not a fan of people who can't admit when they make mistakes. I think that being self-reflective and recognizing when your actions might have been unfair, I think that is an important part of being a good person. And so I don't know if this mentor figure ever got there, even though they started out with good intentions. I don't know that they ever reached that conclusion there. So yeah, so that's kind of why things changed. I think that they saw, like, they didn't see that their actions were inherently unfair, and favored one over the other. But the reason that they did was that they saw something in this other party that had really nothing to do with you. I think that this was something that the Turtle kind of came up with on their own, that, like, oh, this person has the potential for this. And I don't even know if the other party involved could ever live up to that. But because who can live up to this, man? So yeah, so really, really interesting. But that is why things changed here, and none of that is your fault, especially if you were in this stage where you were doing, I mean, look at how beautiful this person is. Like, I mean, just as beautiful as this other person that's coming in here. And so yeah, so let's get a couple of cards for closure here. We have the Six of Pentacles. I love that for you guys. So I really think that there is talking about like you creating your own balance now, and you realizing like, I would love it. This might not be the case for all of you, but maybe it's a helpful visualization. I don't know. I would love it if you were the human woman here in this card, and the other two parties were the two rodents that are singled out here that you get to decide, because you do get to decide like how much at least these people interact with you or get to be in your life at this point, and like whether or not you are going to forgive them, whether or not like the power is back in your hands there. And I love that for you. And then let's get one more. We have the Sun in reverse, and I feel like it's also coming out with the Hangman in reverse. So yeah, I think that you guys are done waiting for happiness to come, and that you're making your own kind of justice here, even though it's kind of a different brand, but I think it's healthier for you, and you're ready to bring that into your life, and you're taking action towards that. So that's amazing, pile 3. I am so proud of you. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed and found it helpful, and at least gave you a different perspective on this situation that you had going on. So if you enjoyed the video, definitely leave me a like, comment down below. Feel free, you're always welcome to share your story if you'd like, or even just to share which pile you chose. And yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel as well. I post new tarot readings here on YouTube every week. So stay tuned for next week's, and I will see you guys later. Bye.